What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics? Guys, thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76ers discourse and discussion. We're asking a question today that we all should have the answers to. A resounding yes, yes, yes. Tyrese Maxey is a superstar. Now, for all my watchers, all my likers, all my commenters, and all you crazy subscribers, guys, thank you for helping this channel continue to grow, the conversation continue to flow. And even though we're asking questions we all have the answers to, thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod. Now, is Tyrese Maxey a superstar? A resounding yes, 10 out of 10 times he is. ESPN's Brian Windhorst, Stephen A., Kendrick Perkins, and a bunch of their other analysts seem to be stuck on the question saying Tyrese Maxey is going to grow or potentially could be a superstar. But you just know anybody on ESPN is not watching the games on a day in and night out basis to see who the best players are and who are the budding stars. Not only is Tyrese Maxey currently one of the best point guards in the East, guys, you're voting for an MVP. He's top 3 in present day. There's only 2 other players potentially who could have a spot above Tyrese Maxey in the MVP race. That's Luka Doncic, that's Nikola Jokic, and that third sweet spot in the MVP voting race has got to be Tyrese Maxey's. If you're third in current MVP voting, if you're leading the league in points per game or you're in the top 3, and if you are the captain and the leader of your squad, guys, that sounds like a superstar to me. I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what the hang-up is. And I don't know what the conversation's all about. But not only is Tyrese Maxey a superstar in current day, he's only getting better. And that's not my opinion. That's not the opinion of Philadelphia Sixer fans. That's what the numbers are providing us. Tyrese Maxey is the only player in NBA history to increase his points per game average every season he's been in the league. And guys, this is just another year where Tyrese is doing what Tyrese does. That's getting 1% better each and every night. Tyrese Maxey is not only a superstar for how he plays, but guys, he has a superstar's mindset. Head coach Nick Nurse says that Tyrese Maxey is a great character and a good person. Nick Nurse went on to say is Tyrese is as good a player as he is a better person. I said that when they did the thing to sign him to his big contract, you just don't say that because he's a nice guy and he's nice to people and he works hard and he's got a good character and all that stuff. He also proves that he's a great person in his actions. Not only is Tyrese Maxey a great superstar on the court, a great person off the court, guys, his character is one of one. He has this mindset, he has this mentality, and he's already changed the culture as the leader for this Philadelphia 76ers squad that not only are they going to compete each and every night, not only are they going to fight each and every battle until their last breath, but they're going to give their all in each and every game regardless who's out there on the court. No Joel Embiid, no problem. No Paul George, who needs them? No Tyrese Maxey, I'm sure he'd want this team to compete just as if they would if he was on the court as well. It's the mindset, it's the mentality, it's the attitude, plus the work ethic that builds and brands a superstar. You think of Kobe, you think of Mike, you think of LeBron, you think of Kyrie, you think of KD. All these guys had one thing in common. They loved and lived in the gym. Tyrese Maxey is one of them. Tyrese Maxey is one of one, and Tyrese Maxey is one of those superstars you're going to have to keep your eye out on for the remainder of this season and for the future prospects of the NBA. The face of the franchise is Tyrese, but the face of the league, one of the faces of the league, I think to the max or maxing out is going to be a brand we hear about for years to come. And guys, hopefully for years to come or as years keep on going, Joel Embiid will be there as well. It would be a beautiful thing if this story, the process, the franchise, the Sixers' journey to a championship would continue with Joel rather than without an MVP. Joel Embiid has not only withstanded the dog days, but Joel Embiid has put his body on the line more, well, I won't say more than any other Sixer because Allen Iverson was a dog himself. And Allen Iverson would fight and claw and basically limp until the game so he can run when the lights were the brightest. But Joel Embiid is one of those as well. He fought for the fans. He played with Bell's palsy, gosh dang it. He played with one eye, one leg, one knee, and still averaged 30. So I don't mind Joel Embiid getting this well-deserved rest and this well-deserved recovery. But when is he going to play? That's the question we all have to ask. That's the question we all need answered. When is Joel Embiid going to play? Because he went from a perfectly healthy player to a questionable day-to-day scratch. And then Nick Nurse has this to say about Joel Embiid's potential return to play. Nick Nurse says he wants to play. He's being very diligent. He's doing a lot to get back on the floor. And I think it'll be very soon. I know this has been a long, I think it will be soon. But we've just got to keep doing the right things, keep listening to what the doctors tell us. And honestly, guys, this may be the first time and the only time where doctors are saying Joel Embiid sit down and take some rest, and that may be the best. Best for this squad's future, best for Joel's longevity, and the best for the championship hopes of the Sixers. Obviously, with Joel, this team would be better. But without Joel, this team's going to have to learn how to survive and how to thrive. It's very important, not only for the early parts of this season, but for majority of the competitive games, that this team learns how to play with and without Joel, because they're two totally different teams. I don't mean they're two totally different teams in terms of who's out there on the court. I mean they're two totally different teams of the scheme, the play of pace, the speed, and the shots that are at the disposal for other players like Quentin Grimes, like BJ Edgecombe, like Tyrese Maxey. You need to learn how to play with Joel. You need to learn how to play without Joel. And me personally, I am enjoying watching Jared McCain learn how to play with his new knee. Jared McCain, who has been playing better the more the coaching staff put trust in him. Jared McCain says with more reps, he's only going to be able to play his best. Jared McCain went out there to say, after Sunday's game where he got his most minutes he's seen this season at 26, he said it felt the best regarding to his knee, saying it felt the best. I think each game, it's just getting more reps on the knee and more reps of movement. But I felt really good today. Felt like I got a little burst for my first step, and yeah, just continue to build off each game. And if not only Jared McCain is going to feel better with more reps, guys, obviously there's got to be a question, there's got to be a concern is, even if Joel Embiid does come back, how is he going to play under those new knees? How is he going to play under those rested legs? I wouldn't call them rejuvenated legs, guys, because you got to be in NBA shape. You got to be in in-season shape. And that comes with reps. That comes with movement. That comes with motion. And Joel Embiid's just not doing that right now. He may be preparing himself. He may be rehabilitating himself, but he's not playing basketball. So he's not in basketball shape. When will Joel Embiid return? Hopefully at his own time, because you want him to be mentally ready to be playing at NBA speed. You don't want him cautious. You don't want him limping. You don't want him ginger. You want Joel Embiid to be the dog, the MVP, and the beast that he can be. Hopefully his return to play is as soon as he feels as though it should be, because his body right now just doesn't seem ready or capable to handle NBA play. And speaking of NBA play, guys, who's the best team in the East? That's a question that we haven't answered yet. We haven't even raised yet. And I want the comments to take over this conversation, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who you think the best is in the East. Who's the greatest squad out there in the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference? But the beast in the conference has got to be those Detroit Pistons. The reason I think the Pistons are the best team in the conference is because they have assets. This team is not fully constructed at the present power that they'll be having in the playoffs, guys. They are taking calls from any team answering the phone. The New Orleans Pelicans could potentially trade Zion Williamson to those Pelicans. Cade Cunningham, Zion Williamson on the same team is dangerous. The Utah Jazz are and will be taking phone calls surrounding Lauri Markkanen. And Lauri Markkanen with Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, guys, the floor spacing, the offensive firepower, it's extremely dangerous. The best team in the East is the team who's playing extremely well with a lot of assets, which is why if Paul George turns out to be a fruitful asset, if Paul George turns out to be a useful player, and if Paul George turns out to be a piece that is tradable without adding Jared McCain, Kelly Oubre, Justin Edwards, players who have been pluggable, playable, and have been astounding this season, or players that you have high hopes for like Jared McCain, if the Sixers are able to trade Paul George for a tradable piece, they will be the best in the East, because the best team in the East right now is the team that has the most assets and that has the most comfortability currently in their current squad, guys. Guys, like, comment, and subscribe. We're bringing more Sixer content, more daily conversation coming to you tomorrow when this team is back playing. But like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me who you think the best in the East is, and what do you think about Tyrese Maxey? Clearly, he's a superstar. But what is wrong with ESPN? Stop watching, start subscribing. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And don't forget, leave a comment or two. We read more than a few. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys.